Thank you for presenting me. I'm Elham Malzoomati. I graduated in electronic engineering and biomedical engineering many years ago in my back home in Iran. And now it's around 18 years I'm working on underground detection systems. And today I'm going to speak with you about methodology of leak detection. But before starting the presentation, I want to say thank you very much for gathering and sharing your adorable time at the weekend with me and other presenters. That it shows that all of us pay attention to our lovely blue earth, and every day we are trying to learn something new, how we can help and save our environment. And thank you very much for my dear friend Shokre, who organized this seminar and tried to gather all of us together to pay attention to details and important things. Let us start. Today I want to let you know about the definition of NRW. What does it mean? NRW means that non-revenue water. We would go to details. What does it mean? And what's the aim of leak detection in order to reduce the NRW, and how does the leakage occur, different types of leakage, and the most interesting part would be number 5, the amount of and cost of water wasted from our service pipe. I know most of you after this presentation you would leave this place and try to fix the problem because it's interesting and more profitable. But before leaving, please pay attention to the procedure of how the survey happens and how to execute these techniques. And after that, briefly, I would introduce my reputation, what was our aim when we started High-Sense Solution. It would be somehow funny, and what at the end we have in our hands. The first thing would be about the definition of non-revenue water. The story starts when water companies, they spend and invest a lot on the source of water and transfer it and do so much filtration, chemical process and physical process to make it clean and usable for us. Then, when the water is ready, they try to transfer it to the consumers. But do you think, do they earn money from all the consumers? For sure, no. This part of water that they lose and they don't earn any money by they invest is called non-revenue water. If we call it, we want to define it in a simple way, the water produced minus the water bill would be equal to non-revenue water. Let's go to details and find how much part does it have. Water companies have a specific input volume of the water. Their consumptions go to authorized consumptions and unauthorized consumptions. But the authorized consumptions, all of them are not paying bill. Some of them are billed, some of them are not billed. And the billed ones are such as me, you, and different companies. Some of them are billed based on the meter usage. But some of them are billed not based on the meter usage. For both these parts, water companies earn money. They have income from us. They make revenue. This is the revenue water. But there are so many other parts that they don't make any revenue. What are these parts? There are some authorized consumptions that they are not billed. Some of them are metered, some of them are not metered. Why they are metered or not metered? Previously, a long years ago, they didn't meter all the consumptions that they are not going to bill. But after that, they understood for control the NRW, they need to calculate and understand about the usage to have better understanding and can find a better statistics. What are the unbilled authorized consumers, such as schools, such as, for example, mosques, such as water organizations, such as so much non-profitable associations. These are kind of customers that they are authorized, but they are not paying anything for the usage of the water. And besides this authorized consumption, the rest that are not in this category, the rest of water usage is completely in water losses. Water losses are divided into two parts. Some of them are apparent losses, some of them are real losses. What does it mean, the apparent losses? Apparent losses are part of losses that we think we are losing water, but we are not losing water. We are something else is happening. It's most of the time because of illegal connection, and the other thing is because of the water meter is not working properly. Inaccurate water meter causes that we think we are losing water. The other part is the most important part are real losses. Real losses such as what? Such as the leakage on transmission and distribution main parts, such as leakage and overflow on utility services, such as leakage on service connections when the connections are going to be connected to the water meter in residential areas. These are parts, for these all categories, water companies, they don't earn any revenue. And all of them are called non-revenue water. Nowadays, non-revenue water all around the world is something between 15% to 35 or 40%. It varies in different areas, but the aim is to control it and decrease and decrease and decrease. So, what's the main goal and aim of leak detection to reduce the NRW? If we go back to the previous page, you see all these items are categorized in non-revenue water. But the main important part is related to real losses that happens in the leakage of transportation and distribution main pipes. Leakage that happens because of the cracks and breaks on the utility services, and leakage that happens because of poor connection to the at the final decision to the customer's meters. This is the goal of decreasing NRW, decreasing non-revenue water. This is our goal, and we may focus on this. I think it would be interesting to know that each year 1.7 trillion gallons of water is losing just in US in each year. That these losses cost more than 2.6 billion US dollar. It's not Canadian dollar, it's US dollar. And it's just for US. Have you ever thought about the rest of the world, about China, about South Africa, about so many dry areas? How much money we are losing and water companies are losing each year just because of the leakage problem. It looks simple, but in reality, when you add all the information and data, it would be so much huge and noticeable. Every day, 700 water main pipes have break. Every day, 700 breaks happens in main pipes just in US. And other statistics shows that 1/3 of the utility network lose more than 40% of their water just because of the leakage. So now you know how much leakages are important and how they can damage and have side effects. This is just related to the water that we are losing. But besides losing water, there are so many problems happens, and there are so many costs for fix the problem. And because of this, each year all around the world, there are so many Nordic shows and exhibitions that they discuss about this, and they introduce the new devices to help to control it. It's so much noticeable. Let us take a look and compare the non-revenue water in different countries all around the world. The lowest NRW leakage rate belongs to Japan, with 13.2 million population. It's less than 5%, and the maximum belongs to Mexico. And the Canada, it's between 15% to 25%. it would be something in between Istanbul and Hong Kong, something like this. So now we know why this subject is important. So it's time to know about how and why the leakage occurs. We should know the process. Leakage occurs because of different factors. Different factors have affect and cause the leakage. One of them is corrosion, the other one is traffic load, the deterioration, poor plumbing, other excavation of the gas companies or electricity, telecommunication companies, and different changes that happen. Let us take a look so briefly in all factors. Corrosion normally happens when the dry part of the soil and the wet part of the soil make a negative and positive pole and cause corrosion. Even the top layer of soil that is called breathing soil, in compared with the down level that doesn't have any oxygen in it, cause the corrosion. It's the sample of corrosion that has happened in a bolt. This is the non-stop process that happens in the environment. The traffic load is one of the other important factors. Normally, the utilities are located at the depth of 1 to 1.5 meter. In cold areas such as Canada and other cold countries, the utilities are located deeper, sometimes even at the depth of 4 meters. But this low deep location cause so much traffic shocks transfer to the main pipes and cause the cracks and holes. Even when they are going to install, when they don't pay attention to clean the down layer soil, to clean it from the sharp edge stone, again this problem happens. What's this water hammer phenomenon? Water hammer phenomenon is one of the biggest problems. Normally, many years ago, when the water companies want to control the leakage, the first decision they made was to just control the flow of the water, the pressure of the water in the pipe at midnight and decrease it. When the usage is low, it's better to decrease the pressure. Okay, it's good. But in the morning, when they wanted to open the valve more and increase the pressure, a very strong shock wave moved back and forth during the pipe. This shock full of energy wave caused this hammer phenomenon, water hammer phenomenon, that caused the cracks along the pipe. Mostly happens in CIP pipes. The other thing that affects is poor plumbing. Using the low quality devices and using low quality joints or using less adhesives or even don't pay attention to clean the down layer of the soil may cause problems in the future. But do you think that all types of the leakage are same as each other? No. Leakage can be happen in a small hole, can be happen in a crack, or can be in a breakage shape. And different types of pipe materials have prone to different problems. For example, the PVC pipes mostly have problems with their joint or they crack. This is the interesting part. This is so interesting part. Have you ever thought that a non-stop 24 hours small leakage, how it can affect on your pocket? If you take a look at the statistics, even a teeny tiny hole at the size of 1/16 inch, because the leakage happens in 24 hours, it's a non-stop process, can lose something around 3,500 liter per 24 hours. And it would cost you $13.58 per day. It's US dollar, it's not Canadian dollar. If the hole is double, it would cost you $53.25. In 4 months, it would be something around $6,400. The bigger hole can cost $14,600 damage to your pocket. So now it's time to just leave this seminar and try to fix your problem. It would be more profitable to listening to me. But please, before leaving the seminar, pay attention how to do the procedure and find your leakage. For finding a leakage, there is a special standard process and survey that they do. Leak detection is a kind of project, such as all the other projects, needs to have a plan and have a management. First of all, based on the statistics, it's not possible to start from harbor front and go up and survey all the alleys, all the streets. None of the governments have this budget, and even if they have this budget, none of the governments all around the world would spend money on this project. They have better areas to spend their money. But, so what we can do? Based on the statistics and based on the standards of the normal usage during the midnight, they decide, okay, the usage of the water in a specific area is higher than normal usage in midnight. So this area would be in priority to do the surveillance. So they make a plan, they prepare a map, and after that, they specify the smaller area. This smaller area, it doesn't mean that it's so small. It would be something around 8,000 to 10,000 consumers that there is in area. Then they try to divide this area to the, they make DMA and LCZ zones and try to find a problem. But DMA and LCZ are so big and vast subject that nowadays all the professors at the universities at MS level and PhD level, they are teaching. But in shortly, DMA is district metering area and LCZ is a leakage control zone. What do? They separate and isolate a specific area at the customers of 8,000 to 10,000, and they isolate these kind of customers from the others. By putting a meter at the input of this network and calculating and monitoring for 24 hours, they understand, okay, this area has more problem, and they make a smaller and smaller area inside this DMA, and with data logger and different things, different devices, they track the specific line, and they, especially with ultrasonic water leak detection system, they pinpoint the exact place of the leakage. Then they inform it to the contractors, and the second contractors come and try to fix it. But before, I should know about the mechanism of the water leakage. Have you ever paid attention to the water leakage sound? Have you ever heard shh, or do you hear it as psst? Why it's different? It's not just because of the frequency that we hear. It's just because of the pressure of the water in the pipe and different factors. Each leakage sound includes 4 sounds. One of them is impact, the other one is friction, and the flow and the vibration. And in different pipes, it would be different. It wouldn't show me. Yes, I should come here and show you the different sounds. It doesn't have. No problem. The next slide would be related to Hisense solutions. When do we started, and what was our goal when we started? Me and my husband started Hisense Solutions about 18 years ago with working and writing a book about the principles of design and manufacturing a metal detectors. At that time, our goal was to find gold and treasures. We started. We gathered all the different circuit boards and tried to find the way. Then we made a metal detectors in order to find treasure. But finally, after 18 years, we couldn't find any treasure, and just we could find the leakage in the pipes. So yes, this was our goal, but what we earned at the end. Now, we don't have any treasure, but our main treasure would be about these kind of devices that we can help to the industry to find their leakage. There are so many companies that they are working on underground detection systems, and most of them have a more reputation than us. Some of them are big US companies. But proudly, Frisia Plus is one of the latest acoustic water leak detection, has so many features that we try to add so many features that the previous models didn't have, and we try to add them, such as by the application, you can make a report on the side, and we have added different filtration to help the user to use it easily. And after this industrial device, we introduced Frisia Mini, which is the smallest water leak detection in the world that is going to be used in a residential area and maintenance guys. This a small device, this is the main part, Frisia Mini, doesn't have any screen or any charger or any batteries inside. We were thinking nowadays everybody is using the cell phone. And they know how to use the cell phone. They are familiar and they prefer to use it. So it's better to, instead of adding so much module to the final device that costs for the end user, it's better to use these modules in your cell phone and combine these features together. Frisia Mini would detect you the leakage, but it could be shown and transferred to your cell phone. And by different modules such as Bluetooth, GPS, Wi-Fi, you can make an easy report. And it helps you to determine your water pipes inside your building, inside the floor valve. It can be shown in a main valves, help you, or it can help you to even at the water meter of your area if you have any leakage in your system. And by the application, it's going to make a report. For this seminar, I have used the information of City Toronto website, the information of R&D department of the Fujitecom company and R&D department of Hisense Solution, and Census website. And I hope to enjoy this webinar, and I could transfer some information to you. And please try to save water in order to save the earth.